Triple T? This is Tim. I'm back again with another Table Talk Time update/reaction. So if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. That way you know whenever we do a video over here on Table Talk Time. Because remember, this is not my channel. This is your channel. I'm going to tell you that every single day. Alright, Triple T, you know the deal. Sit back, relax, strap your boots on, and enjoy the ride because we're going to get up in this update. Now, y'all know who Brett Favre is. Brett Favre is a Hall of Fame quarterback. Played for the Green Bay Packers. He also played for the New York Jets. And his last 2 years in the league, or 3 years in the league, he played for the Minnesota Vikings. Played in 2 Super Bowls. He won 1, he lost 1. And he was number 4, a.k.a. the Iron Man. He played for like 240 games straight without missing a snap. Yesterday, or earlier today, he came out and said on TMZ Sports, they were asking questions about Colin Kaepernick. And watch this clip on what he said.
Do you look at Colin Kaepernick, you know, people look at him and it's like a Jackie Robinson or a Muhammad Ali. Is Colin Kaepernick someone that belongs in Canton someday for what he did? Obviously, he led a team to a Super Bowl, but also for all he's done off the field.
Boy, I suppose that he's helped his cause tremendously and is deserving of much praise and respect, because it's not easy for a guy his age, black or white, Hispanic, whatever, to stop something that you've always dreamed of doing and put it on hold, maybe forever, for something that you believe in. You know, I can only think of, right off the top of my head, Pat Tillman's another guy who did something, you know, similar. And we regard him as a hero. So I assume that hero status will be stamped with Kaepernick as well.
Here's the problem that I have. Brett Favre is trying to compare Colin Kaepernick with Pat Tillman. Now, for those of you who don't know who Pat Tillman is, Pat Tillman was a defensive back safety for the Arizona Cardinals. He was drafted in 1998 by the Arizona Cardinals in the 7th round as a 226th pick. He wore number 40. He played 4 years for him. While as a defensive safety, he had 340 tackles. He had 3.5 sacks, 3 interceptions, and 3 forced fumbles. In 2001, he left the Arizona Cardinals to join the military in 2002. And prior to him joining the military, he just signed a 5-year deal, earning him $3.6 million a year. Now I want you to follow this timeline. In 2002, he joined the military, and he went in as an infantry soldier. He was in the 2nd Ranger Battalion in the 75th Ranger Regiment with his little brother Kevin Tillman. In 2003, he deployed to Iraq, and on April 2004, he was deployed to Afghanistan, where 14 days later, he was tragically killed in action by friendly fire. Now, while in the military, Pat Tillman, I'm going to read his awards off, and as you can see him on the screen, he was awarded the Silver Star, the Purple Heart, Meritorious Service Medal, the Army Achievement Medal, the National Defense Service Medal, Global War on Terrorism Expeditionary Medal, Global War on Terrorism Service Medal, Army Service Ribbon, Presidential Unit Citation, Joint Meritorious Unit Award, the Army Superior Unit Award, Parachute Badge, Ranger Tab, and the Combat Infantry Badge, CIB. And he made the rank of Corporal E4. Now that is a lot of achievement in a 2-year span. Now let's look at Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick played in the NFL. He was a starting quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. Led them to the Super Bowl where they lost against the Baltimore Ravens. The year that he went to the Super Bowl, he made the Pro Bowl. He came off an excellent year. and he was the starter for the remaining 2 years after that. Now, prior to him losing his starting position, Colin Kaepernick never protested anything. He was clean cut, he was outgoing, he was friendly. He then loses his starting job to a white quarterback, and he rides the bench. Now all of a sudden, Colin Kaepernick wants to protest, and he takes a knee during the national anthem. Doesn't say anything about it, doesn't put a forewarning out, he just takes a knee. And no one knew why. And then, after the game, they quartered him in the locker room and asked him why, and he said he cannot stand for the national anthem for a country or the flag that oppress black people. Now, Colin Kaepernick ain't never been oppressed a day in his life. For those you don't know, his biological mother gave him up for adoption, and he was adopted by a very well-off white family. And he grew up in the suburbs, and he went to a very rich private school. He went to the big universities, got drafted in the NFL, making millions of dollars. Then he loses his starting job with the San Francisco 49ers. He rides the bench, and now he wants to protest. Now, Brett Favre comes out earlier and says that we should class him as a hero like Pat Tillman. I'm sorry. I have a problem with that. Pat Tillman is an American hero. Colin Kaepernick is not. There's a big difference. Pat Tillman actually believed what he was fighting for and stood on his convictions and gave up $3.6 million a year to join the military, making $32,000 a year. That's a big, drastic change in pay. Colin Kaepernick, he wasn't forced out of the NFL. He chose to leave the NFL because he didn't want to accept the money that other teams were offering him. He turned down numerous contracts. He's the reason why he's not in the NFL. It's not because the NFL blackballed him or is protesting against Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick chose to leave the NFL because he didn't want to sign with another organization for the money that they wanted to offer him. Now he has a multi-million-dollar deal with Nike. He makes more money now with Nike than he did in the NFL. But he's oppressed. Because he said he's tired of all the cops killing black people. Which I agree. That shouldn't happen. Now, if you've been following the news, say the last 48 hours, there were over 100 shootings in Chicago this weekend. A 3-year-old and a 13-year-old were killed because of black-on-black crime. Do you see Black Lives Matter protesting in Chicago? Have you ever heard of Colin Kaepernick say anything about the black-on-black crime in our metropolitan cities? But he says he cannot stand for the national anthem because of oppression. Now, Brett Favre, I have nothing but mad respect for the guy. I'm a big fan of his. But Brett, if you ever see this video, just know I'm very disappointed in you. Because like Drew Brees, you folded under pressure. Because you didn't want the far left to come after you like they did Drew Brees 2.5 weeks ago when he was asked about taking a knee during the national anthem. And his response was, when he hears the national anthem, he thinks of his grandfather who fought in World War II and fought for this great country. So he stands for the flag. He will not dishonor this country by taking a knee. And within 24 hours, Drew Brees came back and recanted his statement and apologized for stating that, because the far left and some of his teammates of the opposite color came after him and crucified him. Now, Drew Brees is the golden boy here in Louisiana. I'm going to tell you that right now. You go anywhere in Louisiana, you talk about bad about Drew Brees, you're going to get cut. He's like a god. But these last 2 weeks, you got people out in the street saying F Drew Brees. Those same people that would cut you, now they're cussing him. Because he went against the far left. And that's the problem I have. If you have a conviction, stand on it. Hold your ground. Don't let people sway you to say or think the way they do. Stand on your own convictions. So to say here to say that Colin Kaepernick is on the same level as Pat Tillman, no, they're not. Pat Tillman actually died defending our country. So Mr. Brett Favre can make all those millions playing in the NFL and making all those commercials, Mr. Favre. But you want to say that Colin Kaepernick is in the same class as Pat Tillman. He's not. Nowhere compared or close, or will he ever be. But I know why you did it though. Because you didn't want your neck to get slammed down like Drew Brees. You weren't going to walk down that road. You took the cowardly way out. That's why I'm very disappointed in you. Because I thought you were a man of conviction. I thought you stood on your principles. But it's obviously you don't. It's obviously you're a sheep instead of a shepherd. You're not really a leader. You're a follower. Where Pat Tillman, he was a leader. And will always be a leader. Colin Kaepernick, he's a coward. Plain and simple. And that's my opinion and my beliefs. So there you go, Triple T. Put a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Do you agree with Brett Favre? Do you think that Colin Kaepernick should be in the same class as Pat Tillman? Or do you believe, like most Americans, that Brett Favre was talking out the side of his neck and he should come out and apologize to the Tillman family for even putting those two in the same sentence? Colin Kaepernick and Pat Tillman. That's what I believe. But anyway, put a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this video. Let me know what you think about Brett Favre. Let me know if you think that Colin Kaepernick should play in the NFL. Do you believe NFL players should be able to take a knee during the national anthem? Give me your thoughts and we can talk about it. Alright, Triple T, you know the deal. Be kind to yourself, love your family, love your neighbors, to include your enemies. Do unto others as you wish them to do unto you. And as always, God bless you and God bless America. Until next time, Triple T, this is Tim with your Table Talk Time update. Have a good night.